Continuing our special report now, switching sexes. At 5, we introduced you to a local woman who switched sexes 8 years ago, long before Bruce Jenner brought the topic of transgender lives to the spotlight. She's a local theater performer who will surprise some of her fans tonight in this report, hearing for the first time she used to be a he. Here's Chastity Scott's story.
My family often says, you know, we grieve for that person because he's not here anymore. I'm like, it's just a pronoun. I haven't died, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm actually a more actualized and authentic form of who he was.
After 3 decades of living essentially a double life, Boy X, as we'll refer to what she calls her used to be, underwent surgery in 2007.
Hi there.
The sex reassignment, as it's called, was done in Thailand. It was $17,000 there. It would have been about $5,000 more here in the U.S. Chastity says it was worth every dime.
You understand that there's going to be this difficult healing process, but who cares about that? You finally can look in the mirror and not be ashamed. You don't have to tuck anything between your legs. You don't have to hide something.
It takes most people who have a sex change about 6 months to completely heal. It was a little longer for Chastity because she's diabetic. But her biggest scars have come from people, even those in the theater world.
Some people didn't want to be in the same dressing room with me.
While she says most people see her as a woman, kids often notice something's different.
And they go, "Mommy, is that a man or a woman?" Or they just walk up to you and say, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And a lot of times you just say, "What? Boys don't have boobs."
Dating has also been a challenge, a dangerous one.
Even when guys know that you're completely a woman and they discover your past, your life is at risk.
Not all men can handle the news of her used to be.
I went out with a guy and basically he told me he would kill me if I ever called him again, or if he saw me in town. It was pretty bad.
About 700,000 people in the U.S. are transgender. That's less than 1% of the population. Chastity says she applauds Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn Jenner, for coming out. She says there's a world of men and women struggling with who they are.
I say go Bruce. I applaud him because, with doing that, he's also opening the doors for the young children that are coming through, that parents are allowing their children to be themselves.
And she says if you think Jenner is the only 60-something to undergo a sex change, think again.
Yes, there's a wonderful group in South Carolina called TG Palmetto Girls, and that's what they do.
Many who have been married for years with children finally becoming who they've always wanted to be.
And when I stepped on stage here for the first time as a woman, I felt complete, because not only had being on stage as a woman and not as a character.
She hopes by doing this story, she can help someone along the way.
If stepping out at this moment causes that one person to say, "I can," and causes some child's life to not be damaged by committing suicide or hating themselves, then it's been worth it. So if in this moment, this interview changes a life, changes a family, changes a community, wow.
Now, close to 1,000 sex reassignment surgeries are performed each year in the U.S. While the procedure is cheaper outside the country, there are 3 top surgeons here in America who do the operation. Now, if you missed the first part of this report at 5, you can read Chastity's story right now on WECT.com or the WECT News app.